Hey, looks like I did it right today. Yeah, no glitch yet, anyway. So happy Thursday. It's once again a sunny, somewhat clear sky day in Sacramento. It's 1 o'clock here. However, the wind decided to descend on Sacramento and it got quite cold. There was about a 6-degree differential in wind chill. So I remember one time I looked at my phone and it was like, I don't know, 50 degrees, felt like 44 kind of a thing. Yeah, it was really cold today. And I'm looking out my window and it's still cold. And so I've got my window closed, got the heater going, trying to get warm. But, that seems to be life right now, not a big problem compared to some of the problems in the world today. Being cold is not so bad. So I count my blessings. Yeah. So let's take a look at today's readings. Actually, one reading. We're going to look at the gospel reading. It's quite interesting. Excuse me. It comes out of the Sermon on the Mount in Matthew. So let's just pull it up here real quick. Okay. I wish there was a quicker way to do this. I'm going to have to try to discover a quicker way to do this. I don't know. Maybe there is, maybe there isn't. I don't know. Anyway, here it is. Like I said, this is from the Magnificat, and this is taken from the Mass. You can follow the actual Mass in the Magnificat. That's why you see these prayer over the offerings here at the bottom. That's a part of the Mass where the people bring forward the bread and the wine to be used in consecration for communion. And anyway, here we go. Reading from the Holy Gospel according to Matthew, chapter 7. So the Sermon on the Mount begins in Matthew 5 and then goes to 6 and 7. So we're pretty deep into it at this point. And Jesus is talking about prayer. And it's a specific kind of prayer. It's called a prayer of petition, where we're asking God for something. And prayer is one of the 3 themes for Lent, right? It is fasting, almsgiving, and prayer. And so we're on this kind of a theme. And so the church has selected readings to supplement our journey through Lent. What does it say? Jesus said to his disciples, "Ask, and it will be given to you. Seek, and you will find. Knock, and the door will be opened to you. For everyone who asks receives, and the one who seeks finds. And to the one who knocks, the door will be opened. Which one of you would hand his son a stone when he asked for a loaf of bread? Or a snake when he asked for a fish? If you then, who are wicked, know how to give good gifts to your children, how much more will your heavenly Father give good things to those who ask him?" And then he tags this on, or whoever compiled these tags on, "Do to others whatever you would have them do to you. This is the law and the prophets." Okay, so that's the gospel reading for today. There's a lot in there. This word, "if you then who are wicked," so there's something to find there. What's that mean? What's he saying? And I did look that up, and a lot of translations use the word evil. "If you then who are evil," and there's a couple of different Greek words for evil, and this is a specific one, but it's not the topic for today. The topic for today is what in the world's going on, right? This is a petitionary prayer. We're taught about asking and knocking, right? And seeking. Okay. And that our Heavenly Father will give good things to those who ask. All right. Then we have do to others what you would have them do to you. This is the law and the prophets. So what does that saying have to do with this petitionary prayer stuff? That's what I wanted to know. And when it says others, it's talking about people. It uses the Greek word anthropos, people, right? Because at first I thought maybe, well, we want God to do good things for us, so we should do good things for God. Well, that makes sense. But is that what is being said here? I suppose we could extrapolate it and say, yeah, but I think it'd be stretching a little bit. Not a bad thing. And absolutely. I mean, it's not a contractual thing. God, if you do good things for me, I'll do good things for you. Or I'll do good things for you because you're going to do good things for me. Yeah, that's not the best way to move forward. But it is something that people do. And it is, when you read the Psalms, a lot of times you'll say, hey, you'll hear the psalmist say, God, if you get me out of this jam, I will praise you. I will worship you. Yeah, it sounds the most contractual. It's not the best way to go forward, but it is how people do go forward. But one of the things as I was reading this, something clicked. I'm not sure I completely understand this yet, but there's some clarity coming. This phrase, this is the law and the prophets, that rang a bell. I don't know, does it ring a bell for you? So there's a story. And so I don't know if it was the Pharisees or some scribes or who it was exactly. They came to Jesus and said, what is the greatest commandment? This is where we get this. Jesus's reply was to love the Lord your God. Well, actually, he said, Hear, O Israel, the Lord is one, the Lord is God. This is the greatest commandment. And the second one is like unto it. You should love your neighbor as yourself. Right? There's a little bit more to it. So God is one. You should love the Lord with all your heart, all your soul, and all your mind. And then the second is like to it, love your neighbor as yourself. And in this is summed up all the law and the prophets. Okay, there's the link. There's the link. And so loving God with all your heart, your soul, and your mind, and loving your neighbor as yourself is the same as do to others whatever you would have them do to you. It's the same thing. It really sums up the essence of what life is all about. And about what God really wants from us, What's that got to do with asking God for stuff? That's the question. When you think about this reading, and it says, for everyone who asks, receives. Is that your experience? It's not my experience. I haven't received everything that I've asked God for. And one who seeks finds. Well, yes and no, and maybe not right away. It may take a while. And the one who knocks, the door will be opened. But it doesn't say how long you have to knock. So there's not a lot of clarity there. But here's what I think it's talking about. The key to all of this is love. What we ask for, what we seek, why we want to gain entrance is because A, we love God, And B, we love our neighbor. And it's based in action. It's doing to others. Doing to others. It's not just enough to say, I love my neighbors. I love God. We have to do something. There's a doing in there. Right? What is that old saying? The proof, some people say the proof is in the pudding. That makes absolutely no sense to me. And I realized it should probably be this. The proof of the pudding is in the eating, right? You're going to prove the nature of that pudding by eating it. You have to do something, right? It's in doing it. So the proof that we love God and that we love our neighbor is we do something about it. And if we do that, then the nature of our asking is not going to be selfish, because it's not about us. Where in there is us? Where do you see us? Where do you see my needs? Right? Not there. Do unto others. Love God. Love your neighbor as yourself. Right? You got to love yourself. And we all do. We all do. But that's not the focus. The focus is on loving God and loving our neighbor. And that, I think, is the crux of petitionary prayer. That when we ask, we don't ask on our own behalf. We're not asking for ourselves. We're asking for others. And I think that's the difference. So that's my reflection for today. And I only leave you with the thought of, when was the last time that you prayed for someone else, or that you did something for someone else for their benefit alone, not thinking that you might get something in return? Think about that. And if it's been a while, figure something out and go do it. So, yeah, that's my little reflection for today. And you know what? I keep leaving this little reflections thing up for the reading, and I apologize for that. It's an oversight on my part. I don't know why, but I think that when the shared screen comes up, this reflections goes away, but it's another layer, and so it stays. And I apologize. But in any event, let me just say at this point that until we meet again, may you be safe, may you be healthy, may you be happy, and God bless. All right, and I'll see you tomorrow.